Welcome to another episode of the Learning Leverage podcast.
Yeah,
I'm your host today, but I'm also the wife of the man sitting across from me, entrepreneur, author, artist, and what he likes to call the king of debt himself,
yeah,
Len's Chairless, aka Lenny Coco.
yeah.
Today is special because we're talking about legacy moves, Juneteenth, real estate flips from the basement to the block, and his upcoming drops. His book for the black man that doesn't want to sell drugs, his album, 48 Laws of Power, and a live performance at the Juneteenth Festival in Allentown, PA.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Real estate. Let's start with the flip. You turned $19 quit claim deed into 100K
That is a fact.
deal on 260. I'm sorry,
Don't give
on,
the address out. Keep going.
huh?
Don't give the address out to the people, but keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Got you. Uh,
Niggas be thieves.
down for the listeners like they've never done a deal in their life.
Okay.
How does this work?
So basically, you get a quick claim deed, or you allow a seller to give you a quick claim deed. From that point, you have equitable interest, and then exit strategies allow you to do whatever you want to do with the property thereafter. Myself, I'm gonna flip that property, but we'll talk more about that later. Next question.
Why do you call yourself the king of debt, and how do you use debt as a wealth tool, not a trap?
Debt we was always taught was a bad thing. But if you think about it, we all got debt, be that your car, your cell phone, even your job, because you're putting yourself in debt with time by giving another man 8 hours of your day. So I just flipped it, or I was taught to flip it, and just do good debt versus bad debt. Bad debt is this watch, which is a nice watch, but it's bad debt. Good debt is like I would say a car rented on Turo, or real estate investment that allows you to be a landlord.
What's the biggest mindset shift to someone who needs to go from surviving to investing?
Listen to my albums.
Okay, love it. You mentor a lot of people. What
Mhm.
mistakes do you see most often when people start in real estate?
Doubting yourself. When you doubt yourself, you worship the devil. You're not in a real state of mind. So I would say that that's the first step is believing in yourself and listening to my album 48 Laws of Power, which comes out next Thursday, Juneteenth.
Juneteenth questions.
Mm.
Your book, album, and performance are all dropping on Juneteenth.
Mhm.
Why that day?
I love us.
Love it. What does Juneteenth mean to you? Not just historically, but personally as a black man who used real estate and creativity to break generational chains.
Got you. Speaking of chains, I have this Haiti chain here. I have this Movado chain here. Both being Haitian flag. We the first to demolish slavery, and thereafter was Juneteenth as far as the abolishment of that idea. So Juneteenth it means a lot to me because it means freedom, it means prosperity, and it means that we all were in a real state of mind in that moment to come together and do something, which we never do. Crabs in a barrel.
Once you said ownership is the new protest, what did you mean by that?
That's some white man. I never said that. Next question.
Book questions for the black man that doesn't want to sell drugs.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about the title. For the black man that doesn't want to sell drugs. That's heavy. Who do you who did you write this for?
First of all, I don't care if you sell drugs or sell pussy or sell whatever. Sell what you need to, but this is for the people that don't want to do that. I thought of myself when I used to sell certain narcotics, and I thought of my the younger me and the older me, and they kind of like battle. Everybody's a critic, but the younger me didn't like what I was doing. The older me figured I can still sell something that doesn't have to be illegal and doesn't put any kind of bad poison in somebody else's blood. Instead, I give them rich enlightenment with knowledge that I've learned myself.
You talk about flipping pain into property and trauma into trust funds. What part of your personal story shaped this book the most?
My wife. My wife kind of gave me the courage, I would say, to become an author. She said, why don't you add something else to your title?" And I remembered I wrote this book a few years ago, but the name for the black man doesn't want to sell drugs kind of offended people, and I think I stopped because of so. But now I'm in a real state of mind, so fuck you niggas.
How do you blend scripture, strategy, and the streets into this book? It's a rare mix.
Well, the streets is already gospel. And then they come together in a choir. They hook you, put you in a chorus. I just put it all together because I make music within itself. Art imitates life. I kind of do everything. So just put it all in a big pot and made a gumbo uh, and called it this book itself.
All right. Album questions.
Let's do it.
48 Laws of Power. What inspired you to drop an album named 48 Laws of Power?
Well, my last three albums was named after books. I had Rich Dad Poor Dad, I had Richest Man in Babylon, and I had Think and Grow Rich. Those are all classic financial books. So this album here is gonna close out the financial series, 48 Laws of Power, which is not really a financial book, but it's more so like the quote unquote evil Bible. There's nothing evil about it, but my album will explain it more.
Okay. If someone only hears one track from the album, what's the one law they need to hear first and why?
Well, hear the whole album, but if you never read the book, I would say Law 48, be formless and be still like water. Even Bruce Lee said that. What that means is like this container I have here, before this liquid was inside of it, it was free form. Then it poured into this container and took the shape of the container. So what that means is no matter a room you walk into, adapt to that room, take the shape of the container.
How does this album content? Oh, I'm sorry. How does this album connect to real estate and Black legacy?
Because we all in a real state of mind. This is real state of mind entertainment.
Beautiful. Brand and movement questions.
Let's
You
do it.
ready?
Let's do it.
You always say you're in a real state of mind.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
It means everything to me. It means a belief in God and having Godfidence. Once you have that, any goal can be accomplished so long as you don't worship the devil and doubt yourself.
What does it feel like to go from the corner to the courtroom to the streets, or from the streets, wisdom to books and business?
It feels like prosperity and like it was supposed to happen. Like I feel better doing the stuff I'm doing now versus the stuff I was doing then.
What do you want your son and any other young Black men to take away from this movement?
That you niggas will never be as fly as me, my son included. But what you can do is try, and good things will happen.
This just wasn't a conversation. This was a lesson, a mirror, and a message. Make sure y'all tap in June 19th for the book, the album, and the performance.
You heard?
Because my husband ain't just flipping houses, he's flipping the whole narrative. This is learning leverage. This is real estate of mind. This is what legacy sounds like.
Damn, that was good, baby. You wrote that?